And we were drinking rye, rye, we drink American rye. Drove my Chevy to the levee and it was full of rye. And us good old boys drinking whiskey made out of rye, singing I'ma go and drink some more rye.
Hey.
Hey.
It's Mike and Ed, and we're back in Milwaukee, and hey. Greetings and welcome, salutations and ulceration. Yes.
Whatever. This is the Rye Cut Review.
Right.
And I got a feeling this is not going to be a well-received video because we're not talking about whiskey.
Yeah. We're not dressed up, and we're, if this had smell-o-vision, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we are talking about...
What are we talking about?
The origins of liquors made from rye.
Huh? Okay.
Because, so around the time that the Irish were figuring out how to make distilled spirits from malted barley, people over in Poland and Central Europe were figuring out how to do the same thing with rye. And since this is July, we're going to take a peek at some of the stuff they're doing.
Okay.
So, what we have today is Sobieski 100% rye vodka and CH Aquavit or Akavit from Chicago. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually know that this is made with rye, but it's made in the style of things that were made with rye in Scandinavia, and then that's the best I could do. So,
is it too late to bail out? Wow.
So yeah, okay. Let's start out with the vodka. So rye, a little history of rye. Rye was first farmed in Turkey, of all places.
Okay.
And then the Roman Empire, got a hold of it, and
figured they could make bread.
Right. So then that's how it came to the British Isles. The Romans brought it to the British Isles.
Okay.
And it wasn't until pretty late that the Irish really started using it in their whiskey. At least until, 1600s, 1700s, there was rye in some of the mash bills and oats in Ireland and Scotland.
Sure.
But before that, the Russians were making Russians and Polish were making a very similar product. It was a pot distilled, 3 times distilled vodka.
Wow.
Unaged, just like Irish whiskey was at the time.
Sure.
But made out of rye rather than malted barley. And, I know what people are already thinking. I know what they're thinking. Why would we drink vodka? Vodka doesn't taste like anything. Vodka's not meant to taste like anything. That's true in America. Okay? In America and Western Europe and Canada, American law says that vodka is supposed to be clear and completely tasteless. It's not supposed to have an odor or a taste.
Perfect. For lunches.
Right, exactly. And that was how they advertised it back in the day. Like, no one will smell it on your breath.
Drinking at my desk. In my water bottle.
But, and they get it that way. So Americans get it that way. They distill it to 95% alcohol. And then they filter it. To take out even more. Take out anything.
Sure.
And that's why super premium vodka doesn't really taste that difference from mid-shelf vodka. But
here in the States.
Okay. But the Polish and the Russians don't actually filter their vodka. So they actually
Or their water. Or their oil.
Right.
Or
we don't want to get in trouble with the Eastern Bloc. So they're actually leaving more flavor in their vodka than people are in the West.
Well, right when you poured that, I could smell it straight up. It was like, okay, this might be something we want to drink.
Yeah. So this is, Sobieski, 100% rye. So rye in Poland is considered the more premium grain to make vodka out of, and then you make the really crappy vodkas made out of potato.
Sure.
So
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, this is it's light, obviously.
Yeah, very. It's like a isopropyl alcohol wipe.
It is very just alcohol. It's pretty much just alcohol.
What is the
40%?
40%. Huh?
I'm trying to see if
that's predominant.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any rye grain shining through here. I feel like it's going to be so subtle in comparison to what we're used to.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really not getting much of anything right now.
All right, I got to ask real quick. The
Yeah.
history of distilling. What do you think they tried to distill first?
Perfume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was actually the Arabs came up, or the people living in the Middle East at that time. I don't know if they were actually Arabs, but the people living in the Middle East during that period invented distilling in order to make perfume.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Irish monks who were traveling through that area picked it up, brought it back to Ireland.
And said, "Hey, can we use this to get drunk?"
Right. Well, and the first thing that was used to make, like, when it was first distilled, the first distillation that was for human consumption rather than for like making gunpowder or perfume was probably brandy. It was probably from grapes. And then later, after they had figured out, okay, we can use wine, then they figured out, all right, we can take beer.
Anything that produces alcohol.
Right.
Okay. Awesome.
So, all right, I got to get a taste of this. Let's see if there's a difference. Okay.
Tastes better than it smells.
Yeah, it definitely does. It doesn't really...
Because it doesn't smell like much.
Right, it doesn't smell like anything. It does taste a little bit more like something. I mean, it's not whiskey. It doesn't taste like big, bold flavor.
Oh, no.
No, it's vodka. But, that said, there's a slight, tiny graininess there.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's in there.
It's interesting. It's unlike other vodkas.
Mm-hmm. I should have brought some like Tito's or something. Some really just American vodka for us to compare this to. Yeah. It's fine. It mostly doesn't taste like anything, but just a tiny bit of pepper. Yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting this one to have too much flavor, but yeah, at least it's not the typical thing. Okay, so, but Russians and Polish figured out how to make vodka from rye, right?
Right.
Then it spread to Central Europe.
Okay.
And the people there, the Germans and the Dutch, figured out they started making schnapps. And it's impossible to find like regular unflavored schnapps here in America. Like, it's all cherry related, like cherry flavored stuff or whatever.
Oh, not when I was a lad.
Yeah, I suppose back then you could probably get the just regular rye schnapps.
Beer and schnapps.
Yeah. But I had to settle for aquavit, which is the Scandinavian equivalent.
Okay.
So kind of similar to, again, what do you call it? Pachin in Ireland, like Ishkabaha. So like aquavit, Ishkabaha, eau de vie, aquavite, they all just mean water of life.
And anything that I can't pronounce
there you go.
Means the same thing.
Yeah. So the Scandinavians took rye. The Scandinavians, the Germans, and the Dutch were all taking rye, and they were making clear spirits out of it. And actually, the very first rye whiskey that was ever made was actually made by the Dutch in New Amsterdam, which is now New York.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So the very first whiskey ever made on U.S. soil was made by a Dutch guy.
There you go.
Yeah, we think of it as a very Scots-Irish thing.
But it wasn't aged in a cask.
It wasn't. No one was aging it back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a huge step in the whole process for me.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
adds so much more taste.
That didn't come until about 1800. Well,
Wow.
here's the thing. People were aging their whiskey inadvertently because they were shipping it in casks. It wasn't until like the 1800s that they figured out we should leave it in the cask purposefully.
Yeah.
And then, it'll
Make it that much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but this is aquavit.
I smell juniper.
Yeah, it's a lot more ginny. I'm wondering if they put juniper in this.
Yeah. 44%?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot more junipery and lemon rind.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they put some flavoring in this. This isn't just the grain.
Licorice.
Yeah, that is anisey. That is anise and dill. Like, that is super. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. I like this one.
Well, compared to the last one, which had very little flavor.
Yeah, the Sobieski
this
tasted
this
like
has
almost
a
nothing.
lot going for it.
Yeah.
But then again,
Would it stand up to like an actual rye?
an actual rye?
That's a good question. Should we find out?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll cut here.
Cut.
We'll be back. Future Mike and Eddie.
All
Hey,
right.
hi, we are back.
Yes, it is Future Mike, Future Eddie. We are breaking out our Twisted
Path
Path.
rye.
The-
Barrel 8.
Barrel 8. So we're gonna give this a go. I'm guessing this is gonna blow it out of the water. I can't imagine. So yes, 1800, around the 1800 point, all the Dutch settlers and the Scots-Irish settlers and everybody has kind of come together and miscegenated, and now we're making rye and bourbon. Rye is up in the Northeast, bourbon's down in Kentucky.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then actually Canada, a ton of the distillers who started making things in Canada were English, Dutch, and German. So they had the same thing. They influenced them by bringing rye over.
Right.
And it grew really well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, so barrel aged, not barrel aged. Let's take a peek. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's really no comparison there. This is comparatively spicy, I guess.
Yeah. That's a better blend.
Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt. Well, remember, don't say blend, because that means something
Okay.
specific.
Yes, you're right. I'm just saying that it doesn't have all the standout flavors. It's
Right. It's flatter.
yeah.
Yeah. This still has the spiciness, the pepper. It's less black licorice, but it's still nice. It's still spicy and dilly and stuff. It's not as dilly and black licorice as this.
Yeah.
But
Which do I prefer?
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, of course. Because this now it has a like apple and caramel and stuff.
Some of that oak flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can tell why they started aging it. There wasn't. Yeah.
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 I mean, this probably has quite a few additives.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So.
And they don't release a mash bill. That's one of the problems.
And probably on ice, this would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I like it. I like it just fine. Is it a whiskey? No.
No. No. Yeah.
It's really more of a it's closer to a gin probably if in terms of flavor profile.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
but yeah, so that's a brief history of rye, kind of, sort of. Just kind of how it came to be. I figured we should have done this at the beginning of Jurai,
There you go.
but whatever.
We're getting into it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I was just saying to him, there's no way we're going to be able to get all the rye-related content into this month as I wanted to. There is so much more I wanted to do.
Unless we make the month 60 days.
Yeah, I was thinking we might slip into August at this point.
There we go. Yeah. Trim down August to about 6 days.
right. There we go.
That'd make for a quick August.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, so we are going to keep going with the rye stuff a little while longer.
True.
So stay tuned for that. We got some more rye coming your way. And anything you want to tell the people, Pop?
Nah,
Okay, cool.
I'm good.
All right. Until next time,
Hey,
stay rotten.